Good morning, everyone. Welcome you all to the virtual school. So, before starting, let me just say if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. And if you like the content, please hit the like button and share the content as much as you can, because it is really motivating for me to put up more good stuff. Okay, so now let's get started with our discussion. Earlier, our discussion ended up at data abstraction. Now, in this lecture, we will be discussing inheritance and polymorphism. Okay, these are also perhaps the last and the most important topics. Okay, object-oriented programming concept that has been discussed in this lecture or in the other lectures of this chapter are very important for Python. Okay, so now the first question comes is, what is inheritance? Okay, now you all remember this diagram. Okay, let me just zoom into it. Okay, this is basically a class, a mobile phone class, and it has certain data members. Okay, and there are certain functions attached to this. Okay, and these are what? These are the instance of classes. Okay, so in inheritance, what you do is you basically make another class. Okay, which is derived from a parent class. Okay, and the inherited class basically can access all the data members of the parent class. Okay, and also can have its own specific new features. Okay, now let's just take an example to explain it, as it is given in book also. Suppose you have an iPhone. Okay, so every iPhone comes under the category of mobile phone class. Okay, so you can take mobile phone class as the parent class, and you can take iPhone as the derived class. Okay, why? Because iPhone will have all the characteristics of the parent class, and iPhone will have some extra specific characteristics of its own. Okay, so basically what it is doing, it is accessing all the data members of the parent class also, and it has certain specific features of its own that it is also providing to the consumer or to the user. Okay, so this is what the use of inheritance is. Basically what you do is you provide you just define a class. Basically, let's just read the entire definition. Inheritance is the process of forming a new class, that is a derived class, from an existing class called the base class. Okay, now the question comes up is why is this important and why do we use it? Okay, it is important because you can use the base class again and again and can form n number of derived classes. Okay, so basically this is what implying the reusability of the code. Okay, as it is also written in the textbook, such an hierarchical classification helps to obtain new class from the existing class. Basically, the derived class can also contain some new attributes of itself. The iPhone has certain specific features extra added to it, such as you can use the iOS apps on that. You can you can use Siri. Suppose Siri is a assistant that is provided by the Apple alone. Okay, so such features are very unique to the Apple. Okay, but it all comes under one category, that is mobile phone. Okay, and so similarly other companies like Samsung, Motorola, or even BlackBerry. Okay, so all these companies are also providing their mobile phone, and each of them are different in one or the other way, but they all come under one category, that is mobile phones. Okay, so this kind of relationship is actually inheritance. Basically, they all are deriving their properties from the parent class. Okay, so this is what all about the inheritance. Okay, just don't go into more details right now. Just stick to the definition for now. We will actually apply the inheritance by using the extend keyword later on in our program. Basically, if you have to inherit, because this is what I gave you was the definition. Okay, but now if you actually have to do the inheritance, what you have to do is you have to define the base class, and you have to extend the base class into the derived class. Okay, by using the word extend, you actually imply the inheritance. Okay, we will discuss about it in detail later on. Okay, but just now, just get the definition right up to your mind. Okay, so now coming over to the next topic, that is polymorphism. As you can get by the name, polymorphism, that is poly means many, and morphism means form. Okay, basically when you use a particular set of code in one or the other forms, basically in many forms, when you use a particular set of code, that is polymorphism. Okay, this can be achieved by two ways. Okay, and these two ways are very important, that is operator overloading and function overloading. Okay, now operator overloading, as you have seen, when we use the plus operator. Okay, when the plus operator is when used with operands as the numbers. Okay, that is when you use the plus operator with the numbers, it ends up adding it. Okay, but when you use plus operator with two strings, it ends up concatenating it. Okay, so basically a plus operator is behaving differently with different types of data types. Okay, it's basically its inherited nature is changed on the basis of the data types that it is operated on. Okay, so this is operator overloading. Okay, now coming over to the function overloading. In function overloading, basically you define a particular function again and again with the same name, but the parameters passed to that function is different. Okay, and on the basis of the parameters, the function behave differently. Okay, like for example, here the example is given: def test is defined, and def test is provided with a print hello statement. Similarly, another function is defined by the test name again, and two parameters are passed, and it returns the summation of that two numbers. And similarly, third function is also defined, which basically adds up all the three arguments, and it adds up all the three arguments. Okay, so depending upon the parameters, the function you call differs, and also the output will also differ. Okay, but just keep in mind, function overloading is not supported by Python. Okay, in Python you can't do function overloading. Basically in Python, if you write all of these, Python will take the last definition as the only definition. Okay, basically it overwrites the each successive definition with the same name. Okay, so suppose if you call def test and you don't pass a parameter in Python, it will give an error. It will say the next two parameters are missing. Okay, so basically the last definition would be what the Python will take care of. Okay, and the rest two would be ignored. So, okay, so function overloading is not a concept used in Python, but it is used in Java and other programming languages. So just keep in mind, by these two methods, operator overloading and function overloading, you can perform polymorphism. Okay, so this is all about the inheritance and the polymorphism. In the next lecture, we would be discussing the static binding, and basically we would be concluding the entire chapter. Okay, that would be the last lecture. Okay, thank you.
If you liked our content, kindly like, share and subscribe us so that we get motivated and we can provide you more informative videos on the same subject.